book it. So we just got done with Madagascar, and I'm sad to say Malawi I don't have. I know it's hard to believe. I don't have Malawi. I know you guys are disappointed in me. And I'm kind of disappointed in me. And get ready, there's going to be a lot more disappointment here real soon. But nevertheless, we do have to carry on. We have to keep going on our journey, our trek. And quite frankly, this freaking series of videos is going to be like 195 videos long. At like 2 views per video. Man, that is a fruitful enterprise. Hey, but for me it's fun. I mean, I'm having fun, guys. That's the important part, right? So we're gonna talk about a country that a lot of people probably don't think about very often, and there's reasons for that. I'm not saying they're right, but they do exist. All my coins from this country are from the British days. Okay, so if you're like, but technically, the British aren't still there. They're long gone, and I'd be like, well, yeah, you're right. But the coins were either made or circulated there, so they count for this for my purposes. And I'm even being nice about it and starting with the one that actually says Malaya. Yeah, because we're about to do something else that still counts. So this is a Malaysian coin. There you go, 1945. What a fine year. Now, a lot of folks don't know this, but the British Empire kind of broke up about then. Because the war, the World War II, was a big drain on the, well, quite honestly, World War I ruined Germany and England. A lot of people don't realize that. They debased their currency, and the whole empire just started falling apart after that. It's been a downhill spiral ever since. But the whole thing was built on, you could argue all empires find their time. Let's get through these coins, though. So, there's some really cool old World War II stories about the region we now call Malaysia. Back then, the Strait settlements worked. One of them was the Japanese incursion when they conquered it. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but a lot of these small countries that we have now were conquered and taken. The Japanese spanked over at the beginning of World War II. I mean, they spanked everybody. They even spanked the United States. Yeah, spanked them hard. So, ran them out of there. McCarthy, remember, in the Philippines? Well, in the Strait settlements, the Japanese really spanked Britain. And it kind of made it clear to them that they couldn't hold it in the foreseeable future. They had to wheel and deal with India to get them to even help. Because that was, when the whole Gandhi thing was going on, the independence movement. Very interesting times. A lot going on there. So, some of these I got, good premiums over melt. Some of them are closer to melt. Nothing as crazy as what I paid for, Madagascar or anything. But really cool coins, though, So, I won't complain. Straight settlements. Now, I did get ripped off on eBay trying to get a straight settlements silver dollar with Edward VII on it. I paid for it. They said, "Oh, we're having flooding," and that's how I learned. Never delay reporting someone who hasn't sent you their stuff on eBay. Yeah. I ended up eating that one, and I actually quit buying silver for a long time off eBay because of that incident, because I was out like $98, Oh, this is Hong Kong, so we're out of Malaysia. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. Yeah, that was because eBay. Well, you should have read the terms, and well, I'm like, but I was kind of new to the game, and I learned a valuable lesson. So you gotta chalk these losses up as lesson learned. It's kind of like when you're doing kickstarters, right? And the Kickstarter don't come in. I've learned a valuable lesson there. I won't get off into the weeds too much, but there's a big company, well, not big, but big in the Kickstarter circles, called Peterson Games, and they're having some difficulties. Not, all hope isn't lost, but I backed a lot of Kickstarters with them, and a lot of money that could have went to silver went to board games that I may not get. I mean, is it not, like game-changing money? No, but is it, a month's pay? Sure, So think about that, a month's pay on games. I mean, this is over the course of like seven Kickstarters, so, but yeah, all in will get you there, okay? Now, and I did it over time. I didn't do it all at once. And they're several years late. All these Kickstarters are several years late. So, anyway, just thoughts for you guys. There was a Kickstarter called Saga World Builder. And this guy, Alex Suarez, yeah, hope I'm saying it right. He's from Germany, oddly enough, with a name like that. He got us all real good. I got $160 in there. I was going to get tiles, you see, for Dungeons and Dragons. It seemed like a no-brainer. The tiles you could, customize them and make new dungeons. I thought, well, for $120, I can make a new dungeon on the fly. That'd be great. And I thought the product looked good, and they had a great demo. They even had a voice guide. And then there was Saga World Builder, And I'm like, oh, wow, a voice guide, man. That's badass. So, don't always let the pretty packaging and all that fool you. Some of these cats are out there to rip you off. Now, I'm not saying Peterson Games is that. I'm saying this Saga World Builder guy is. The little slug started a cryptocurrency that he's, so I mean, that tells you pretty much what you need to know, right? I don't have to explain that one, do I? Anyway, I'm not real happy with that dude. I'm not real happy about any of it, honestly. But I will say this, Kickstarter, as far as I'm concerned, unless I trust them, like Reaper, I trust Reaper. If they do a Kickstarter, I'm backing them. So far, Dragori Games. Anyway, this is totally not coin related. There are companies I'll back. They're few and far between. I'm not taking any chances on outliers anymore. After Blacklist Games, that's the latest one I backed. They were fulfilling their Fantasy 1 series. Here, let me show some coins while I yak about this. You guys like coins, so yeah. So Blacklist Games, I checked. So I like to do a little research before I put my money down, So I checked, and they were literally guys, sending out the minis. Now I saw all these videos on YouTube with the Blacklist Games minis, and I'm like, oh man, they're already doing Series 1, man. And it looked really cool. The minis look good, right? Well, come to find out, they only shipped all their minis to England and the rest of Europe and Asia. They didn't send anything to the United States or anything, you know, in the Western Hemisphere, from what I gather. So, what happened? Well, they spent all their money to ship that stuff out early while the freight rates were really high. And now they've got everybody's games held by QLM or QML, one of these companies. $360,000 is what they need to get their stuff, and they may get that, and I hope they do. But here's the thing. I backed the second Kickstarter because I was watching these videos of these cats getting their minis, okay? So I backed all in, and I bought the Series 1 and the Series 2. Yeah, so, man, and it's looking like that company went belly up right after the Kickstarter ended. And here's my problem. Kickstarter does not protect the backer in any way, shape, or form. Okay? So that's my problem with the business model. Okay? It just begs for scammers. Alright? So, like I said, if I don't trust somebody, if I don't know, I've been burnt twice here. What is that? Like $350 it looks like I've been burnt on. And that's not counting Peterson Games. If Peterson Games falls through, we're talking, you know, we're talking a couple $1,000s here. Okay? Yeah, now we're talking serious money, man. That could have went towards some real shiny, man. So yeah, those cats, they can get it together. But yeah, I don't crowdfunding. Yeah, you better be careful. That's all I'll say. Anyway, that's the end of my rant. Have an amazing day, and thanks for watching. And look, guys, it's tricky out there, man, with the shipping and all the things, and we're discovering all these Ponzi schemes that are out there now. These people have been doing multiple Kickstarters to fund the previous Kickstarter, you know. Soda Pop Minis was another one. I didn't back them, but a lot of people got burned on that. So, I don't know. Just stay out of that Kickstarter unless you really trust somebody. Okay? Like, share, and subscribe. Have an amazing day.